Hey, everybody. Thank you, Mama Team the Marks, for singing us in. I am Bobby Sampson. He is Professor Bear, the master of the force. Guys, it's Monday morning. Welcome back to another episode of Professor and The Samp. We got a lot of things that we want to talk about here, but first and foremost, Professor, how are you, sir? And how's the cardio?
I am doing well. The cardio's going good. It it makes it easier when you have guests that are bubbly, fun, and you're generally wanting to know their stories. No matter how tired I feel before I talk to them, as soon as we get to talk, bam, the energy's there, everything's there, and I've been loving it.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. But Bear, we got a crazy week that we have to recap here. I think we should just start right off the bat with Monday Night Raw from last week, January the 5th, the first Raw, the anniversary Raw, the Stranger Things Raw.
No doubt.
So much hype, so much hype. I've never watched Stranger Things. I've not seen a single episode of my life. I know,
Me either.
and I've heard of the show. I get it. I understand it. But it's, you know what? I think you come to a certain point in life where you choose what you want to consume in terms of television. And that was just one show that I couldn't get behind. Nothing against it. Now, I get where they were going with this whole thing. And I get it. They were trying to bring in a lot of new fans, Stranger Thing fans. I get that, right?
Right.
But where was the cast? That's the only problem I had with it. I don't know anything about the show. I don't understand why everything was upside down. I mean, I do now a little bit because I went back and kind of looked at it. But wouldn't it be a bit more effective if some of the cast was there?
Yeah, definitely. It would have helped, I think, draw people into, okay, this person. Okay, maybe I will see what this is about.
But they brought in a lot of I'm sure they brought in a lot of eyes that were Stranger Thing fans. I get that. And you know what? At the end of the day, Bear, I think what we have to understand that wrestling shows aren't really made for you and me and people who do what we do anymore. It's done for I call it the new money,
Of course, of
and
course.
it's trying to bring in more and more eyes. And I get that piece of it. I get that. That's always going to be the thing, right? It's like if you and I belong to Planet Fitness when Planet Fitness opened, our membership is $9.99, where everyone else is paying $30 a month now. We're grandfathered in, but everything's not geared to us. They
Exactly.
don't care about us 9.99 guys anymore.
Oh yeah.
So that being said, was Raw that good, or was it just a good show? Like I thought it was okay. I had no problem with the show.
It was an okay show for what all the hype and scuttlebutt. That's our old reference for all you younger fans. Uh, it it was it wasn't worth it. As I went back to check it out, I thought to myself, "Oh hell, I didn't miss anything." It was so much better that we had all of us on my show than what was going on. And again, no disrespect to the talent. And one thing I will say that they did that I didn't catch, that I had to hear someone else say, most of the matches were women matches. And I was okay with that. But it just wasn't what they built it up to be.
This is
Um,
the second time that they've kind of done that. They did this with WrestlePalooza, as well. You just hype, and I'm expecting this and I'm expecting that. I wasn't expecting Jericho. I'll be honest, I wasn't because I found out earlier in the day that he was in LA, so there was no way he was going to be there. So my attention started to shift to AEW with him, but we'll get to that when we get there. But in terms of Raw itself, it was an average show at best. It was good. It wasn't bad. I think that the Punk Braun match delivered more than I was expecting. If there was a surprise of the night, it was that one. Now, remember, we talked about, okay, yeah, trying to make this as realistic as possible because by all accounts, there was no way that CM Punk should have walked away with the strap, with the beating that he was taking, right? And I
Right.
remember if you play back our tape and you play back Samp and Chance and you play back what I said on the show that we were recording that night for the podcast appreciation, it has to be realistic. Punk needs to be in the corner. Braun goes in for a spear. He misses the spear, gets a GTS. And that's basically what happened. And I'm watching, I'm like, oh, wow, okay, look, it's going to happen that way. But it didn't happen that way. But it was the element of surprise that caught Braun Breaker. And I loved how they played the story that he's still young, he's still learning. Biggest flub of that match was that Braun Frankenstein or whatever they're calling it off the
Oh,
top rope that he completely fumbled. That wasn't a Punk fumble. That was a young, unexperienced Braun Breaker fumble. Yes or no?
yes, but that's not the first time. If you look at a lot of Braun's matches, he has flubs. But the thing is with Braun, he embraces them. Now that's the one thing, and that's I think what really sets him apart from a lot of people. They don't know how to deal with a mistake.
Right,
Braun eats it up, and he puts that element into the match.
right.
Because look how he sold. He was hurt afterwards,
It almost looked like a shoot fall, man. It really
and
did. The
and
way he landed,
and that's why I appreciate Braun on that level. Now, it didn't go the way I had talked about that I would like to see, but I think that plays into SmackDown too, and we'll get there when we get there. But the honestly, I fast forward through most of the match. I really did. It was I don't I have the old guy syndrome thing, which most people know I'm not the greatest fan of CM Punk, and but CM Punk taught me something. We talked about him being injury prone and all of that, but ever since that first injury, Punk has been going. And that goes back to something that you've pointed out many of times. Repetition, repetition, repetition. That's where you wrestle so much that your body gets so adjusted to things that is so much better. AEW, he couldn't have the repetition because they only wrestled 2 to 3 times, possibly a week. Maybe, and on the lighter side, definitely once. So that's why I think he got hurt. And again, um, I do not have a problem when I make mistakes or I see something that I had talked about previously and admitting it. I still don't care for Punk. I I will be glad when he goes away again, but I will say you can still tell he is a veteran in that ring.
yeah, no, he's a complete veteran. Yes, he's a little bit slower, and maybe he's still hanging, hanging together by band-aids and rubber bands, but he can still go. I think he's in the Damian Priest camp. And I bring this up because Damian Priest is also like, we unfortunately a lot of these guys are getting pushes in their late ends of their career. We're seeing that more and more with these guys. Like, everyone's happy that, Drew McIntyre, this and that. But some of those people are also the people that complain that these guys are too old. Well, Drew's 40. We got to remember that, right? LA Knight is 45, 47, right? And it's not their fault. They just didn't get that opportunity until later on. I mean, what can you do? It is what it is. It's the business. That's just the way it works. And it seems like, you know, we always talk about the younger guys. We want to give the younger guys a chance, but we're giving them a chance, but they're not ready. And here's how a beautiful segue that I want to bring into it. We didn't discuss this off the air, but I want to bring it in here. Jade Cargill, I've been talking about her all the time since she came to the WWE. She's green, she's green, she's green. I don't care what she accomplished in AEW. She came to the WWE green. She should have been down at the Performance
NXT.
Center,
Yeah.
in NXT before she came up. You put the strap on her. What did I say to everybody? I even said it to you guys. I mean, I said I'm not sold on her in terms of her protecting. And we talked about this on the No Cell on Friday night about
Woo!
protecting your partners. She's injured two girls. Now Bailey is now the one that she's fighting at the house shows because she's beat up. Fab and Michin are both injured due to her inability in the ring. And that's unfortunate because B Fab is nowhere to be in that picture, in my opinion. I appreciate the house show. I know the house show is where you work, but come on, man.
Well, and I will say this too. Going down that same vein, this is the problem that I've always constantly talk about. When you don't have enough of a roster to have legitimate contenders, it hurts. It hurts the brand. No, and no disrespect to B Fab or Me Chin. Actually love both of them.
Yeah.
But how is it legitimate if you were just wrestling for the U.S. title, couldn't win the U.S. title, and then you getting shots at the world title?
Well, I mean, they're not getting shots on TV, and I don't think it's
Well,
what see here.
well,
I
my
don't think
point
there's a
is to
lack of
this.
a roster. I think it's a lack
That's
of a
it.
house show.
That's it.
It's
And that's my whole point.
yeah. It's not the roster. There's enough girls there, and they've
Well,
brought a lot of girls up. But
no,
the problem,
no, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but
no,
it
no,
is a roster issue because if they had enough of a decent roster, you wouldn't see them wrestling her at a house show. You would have other people that are, I hate to say it like this, but this is the truth, legitimate contenders and people she can work with.
no. I get that completely. I understand that completely. But like I said, it's the house shows where they need to practice, and the lack of the house shows. This is what's coming up. This is what I'm saying. I don't think it's a roster problem because I think there are enough girls on either roster right now, and they are calling up more. We have Jordan Grace up there now, right? And there
Right,
are going to be more call ups as we go along here. So what they have to choose from is not there. I think it's a lack of the experience and the lack of the like we talked about the repetition which the house show brought. And this is what we're starting to see now. We're starting to see the effects of the TKO model. We couldn't see it right away, right?
right,
Now we're starting to see the effects. We're starting to see it in the prices of regular shows like televised shows because a lot of those house shows used to supplement everything for those shows, which made it more family friendly. Vince would never have done those kind of things, right? Like
right,
that road was the road, man. Why do you think everyone left the WWE to go to get, eat more money for less work? Because the
yes,
road was the road. The road was the place that you could do whatever you want without Vince in your ear telling you no, no, no. Right? That's where you practice. There's the lack of practice now, man. And if you're coming out of a factory system, which it is, because most of these girls and guys now, that are making up the roster, that's going to be the future roster. They're all factory built.
right. Well, and
90% of them.
I agree with that, but I will say this too now. A lot of the NXT people are wrestlers that come from the indies. And what and hold on one sec. They come from the indies, and when they go to they sent a lot of reason why they send them to NXT first is to learn the WWE way of wrestling.
Right.
Now, I now now we're getting a more of WWE using their product line to start bringing in more people that don't have the indie work.
Mm-hmm.
I will, and I agree with you on that. I think that a lot of times we, I think it's more of WWE are trying to get more people up because they are starting to miss and people are getting hurt, and you got to have someone willing to step up, just like a football game. That's why they have they have the first string, second string, third string. First string get hurt, second string goes in. Second string gets hurt, third. So that's the problem with WWE, that they have and I give them credit. They're starting to bring up the second
And they
string.
are, and they are. And this is a beautiful segue to SmackDown because you want to talk about football players. There's one guy that came out looking like $1 million. They talked about him being the future, and I'm talking about One Trick Williams. Man, this guy, I love him. I loved him on NXT. I loved him on TNA. I loved what he's done. I mean, we talk about guys who have taken to this thing naturally. This is one guy that they built properly. This is one guy that they nurtured nicely, the way that you want to see a guy get nurtured. Look, a diamond takes time, right? And that's the problem with today's world. No one has time anymore in their mind. Fast, 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 right? It takes time. And what they've done with Trick Williams, I loved it, right? He looks great. I love the story that he's going into with Randy Orton. This is in 2006. It's 2026. Love that line, right? You're starting to see Randy Orton becoming that guy now. I love it even more. This is great. Now, SmackDown. Let's quickly talk about it. We talked a lot about Jade. We talked a lot about this and that. But SmackDown, man, wasn't that a great show? Wasn't that the show that I expected from Raw, in a way, to a certain extent?
And that was my whole thing. The shock win of Drew. Now, most of us did not see it. Now, we hoped it would happen. We wished it would happen. It happened.
How many times have we predicted Drew on every one of our prediction shows to be let down? I mean,
exactly. Now, with that being said, I was happy about it.
Yes, sir.
But then I thought to myself,
what a wonderful world.
I thought that was why they didn't do anything with Braun and Punk, because they did not want to seem like they were running the same type of story at the world titles.
Mm.
And on top of that, now you can still do what I was saying as far as the aggressive, more vicious side of Braun Breaker, but without the title win. Now, personally, I think it would have helped him and helped cement his character. Even a lot of times people don't understand. It's not the length of the reign, but just to be able to say I was, that can carry some power and carry people to get to main event. Now, when I say main event, I'm not talking a superstar, but main event where you can carry TV, where you can carry other non-main eventers to help them build up to be main eventers.
Now, beautiful. I loved it. This is why you're the professor. All right? And forget that Dean. Forget that Dean, I tell you. Forget him. Forget him. Now we know if he's listening. Okay? Now we know if he's listening or not. See how I had your back this weekend, brother?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No one messes with the professor except me, you understand? Never, never. All right, look, here's how I look at it. If Braun was going to win, it could have been done very, very similar to the way they did with Edge when he won his first world title against John Cena coming out of that elimination chamber. He was only champion for a month, right? Which was perfect.
Not even a month. 2 weeks.
3 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever the case may be, right?
Right.
But in the world of wrestling, a guy could be gone for 2 weeks. He's been gone for 7 months.
Right? Exactly.
Okay, I don't understand how time works in the world of professional wrestling. A man's been gone for 3 weeks, but he's gone for 7 months. And I gave up on that. I gave up on trying to correct time in world of wrestling. It's not pointless, right? Completely pointless. All right. But let's talk about this really quickly. I think that with Braun not winning, this is great for him. It's going to build him up even stronger, okay? Does he go to win the Royal Rumble? I don't think so. I think he wins Elimination Chamber because that's where you want him to win it, and we still get Punk and him at WrestleMania. What
Right.
does Punk do for the Royal Rumble? I don't know. We don't know yet. Whatever the case may be, we'll find out as time goes. But the interesting story now, pardon me, for me, with Drew winning the title, the question is he a transitional champion? Because talk is still heavily booked and locked in at a Cody Roman Reigns title match at Mania for the trilogy. Okay, so that's still booked. So does this
So,
justify now Jacob Fatu coming out? We didn't talk about that.
right.
Okay, he attacked both men, right? He came out to help Cody, I think, because that ties into look who was the guy who eliminated Jacob? It was Drew, right? Who knocked him out for 7 months, even though it was probably two.
Well, I will say this. Wade Barrett had the call of the night.
Yeah,
He said when they were talking about it, he said he was the one, Drew was the one that put him out. And Barrett succinctly said,
there's no proof of
we
that.
don't know that.
We know that, and that's what's
No,
gonna.
no, just for the simple fact, we didn't see it.
No, we
And
didn't see
as
it.
soon as Cody grabbed Jacob, what he blasted him.
But see,
And
that's the character of Jacob, though. He's a werewolf. He doesn't know, right? He's gonna attack everybody.
well, yes and no. Again, and this is why I love this, because this could be the point of turning Cody heel.
But this is where we're going with it. So you get the Roman versus Cody match with Cody
Without,
being the heel,
right. And you
right?
don't need to, it's not like they need the title.
They don't.
And and see, here's another beautiful thing that a lot of us missed. They told us Cody was going to lose the title. The reason why, how many faces told Cody they're coming after the title?
Well, everyone's coming. Randy said he was coming for it. The garbage man, or sorry, the janitor, Sami Zayn, said he was coming for it.
Matt
Right?
Cardona.
Matt Cardona. We didn't even talk about him coming back.
Right.
Matt
So,
Cardona wants a taste of it all now, right? I mean,
right.
I
But how
get that.
many times do they ever have the face tell the face, I'm coming for your title?
Well, I mean, after the faces held the title for so long, the other faces want a taste of that face.
But but true enough. But how many times do faces get to make promote that they're coming for the title? It's not often.
No, I get that, but I think it's also the New Year's hype. Everyone about the resolutions and what their plan is for the new year and this and
And
that.
and it puts so much of a doubt on. We don't know who, with Drew winning. Now you have legitimate faces that can chase for the title.
And you could, but that's not going to happen, Bear, because what we deal with on a regular basis. I really believe the whole thing here is like, I mean, without knowing what direction they're going in, without not knowing anything apart from what we've seen, yeah, and the things that we've read, it really looks to me that we're probably going to get a triple threat match at the Royal Rumble
Yeah,
without knowing anything. This is the way I'm looking at it, right? Just it's off my dome, okay? We're going
right.
to get a triple threat match. Now, Roman is scheduled to come back to SmackDown. His next appearance isn't Raw, it's going to be SmackDown,
Yes.
right? So he's coming back there. Now, do we see the alliance of the werewolf? And this is Roman Reigns' work from behind the stage, to get the werewolf on his side now. This is going to be his new Solo Sokoa.
The new
In a way,
bloodline.
could this potentially be that storyline emerging that we got the title off of Cody, we got it on Drew, everything is beautiful, you're with me, but this infuriates Cody, turns him heel, and he wins it somehow. Now we're gonna get into that storyline. Jacob Fatu probably has his match against Drew McIntyre at Mania,
It's
and that
possible.
could start the storyline of Drew finally getting the opportunity to get that story started of being the bloodline killer,
Possibility.
right? I'm just saying, it just what are you gonna do here? Like it's just like I have a bad feeling it's not gonna be Drew at Mania defending that title. He's gonna lose it somewhere along the line here.
So my philosophy
Would it be
to the
weird?
whole thing.
Sorry, very
Yeah,
quickly
go
before I
ahead.
forget. Drew wins it off American soil and loses it before getting back to America. Now the story there could also be like I was your like I mean think about it, man. When it was convenient, he was champion for how long? But as soon as the crowds came back, they keep taking it off the guy.
Right. That that could be a good storyline too. But what but overall, the arching fact to me is they have made a bunch of different people seem immediately contenders. It makes the title, you don't know who's going to go for the title.
No,
You don't know. Go
and
ahead.
it makes us want to tune into the show.
Exactly.
Okay, and it's not necessarily we're gonna see Sami Zayn contend for this title anytime soon. We're not going to see Matt Cardona contend for this title anytime soon. The one guy that I want to see in the picture sometime soon is Randy Orton. Right? He
And,
deserves one more run.
and that is fine with me. Again, I for me, it's the more interesting and it makes storyline sense.
And I don't
And
have a problem with Roman winning it either because he hasn't had it
no,
for 2 years.
I don't have necessarily the problem. Again, it's just like with AEW. You have all these different contenders. They
Yeah,
could go down a lot of different roads,
yeah,
and we don't know until they show us where they're going.
absolutely.
I think SmackDown has brilliantly did the same thing, and they've done like when they do double turns,
Yeah.
and this is what I feel like happened. It's a double turn. You can actually, we don't know what's going to happen at WrestleMania with the title now. We
Well,
can
we
guess
don't. We
and
don't.
we
And
can assume, but we don't know.
no, we
And
don't.
that's the beauty part for me.
No,
That for
and I love that. And I love that. And here's the other thing I also love is the fact that we got all these different guys now wanting a shot at the snip at the title. So there's so many different stories that we can get out of this now, right? I mean,
right.
so from that perspective, it's good. Right now, I think SmackDown's looking better than Raw. Raw needs to
Oh,
step up their game 100% here. Now,
easily.
let's talk about my girls winning the tag team titles, man. Very quickly, I just wanted to touch on it really smoothly. I thought it was great. I thought I had a lot of fun with it. And not because they're my two hall passes. Um, I'm sorry, man. There's just that tension there. I can't get enough of those two, especially when they're together. Samson's mind just goes to a different place, man.
I love they had a great match. Um Oscar, and it's crazy that I'm about to say this. Oscar does not get the love she deserves because she has been brilliant with this heel turn.
She's been great. She's phenomenal.
Her and
Harry,
oh man, they have just did some great work.
I want to see one signing by the WWE this year because I think that if that happens, I probably have to carry, and this is to see if my wife listens to our show. I'd have to carry about 3 or 4 underwears with me at all times. There's one woman that I want to see come over to the WWE to join either Io or those two others is Mina Sarakawa.
Unfortunately, she is not coming anytime soon.
I know.
Hey, and pun intended. Uh,
I know. And the
she
only pun here is me, brother.
she is signed with
I know.
the them to
Hey
at
man,
least
wishful
3
thinking.
years.
Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. That's all I'm going to say. Look, I'm really happy they won. I look at the WWE women division. It's really, really strong. It looks really, really good. If anything, I like what they're doing down, a little bit in NXT with the girls as well. I like all that kind of stuff. It's really
Right,
cool. So I don't have any problem with any of it. Do they need the titles? No, but it's good. But this will make it look so much better when Lash and Nia beat them, right? So that's kind
right.
of good there. They're already starting to build dissension between Alexa and Charlotte a little bit. Hey, how come you're getting a title shot when I'm not there? Sort of a deal. So that dissension there, you know how that plays out. So I think Raw and SmackDown looks good. This Monday on Raw, the only match that we know about, it's in Dusseldorf, Germany, this Monday morning or this morning. I think it's a couple hours away from now. It starts at 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern.
Ooh,
So,
right.
right. So as soon as you get off this, you guys can hop onto that if it's that time of the day. But
Yep.
guys
And
and gals,
of course, with me, I can't do it because I have a special guest at 2 o'clock. So just in case y'all don't want to watch Raw, want some good quality podcasting to go along with Professor and the Samp, go to
absolutely,
Ameristar.
absolutely, and that's the beauty of Netflix, my friends and boys and girls. Netflix, man, you can tune in anytime you want. We're lucky
Yes,
that way, right? I
yes,
mean, I'll
we
be
are.
completely honest. I completely forgot that SmackDown was on at 11 o'clock on Friday morning. So here I am thinking, okay, planning my day around it. And SmackDown comes on at 5, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm going to do. And then all these like SmackDown results. I'm like, what the hell is this? I totally forgot that they were in Berlin. So
Yep.
thankfully, I didn't
Th-
see it. And hey,
But unfortunately for us in the US, they're not going to show it early because it's on the USA channel.
you don't get it on Netflix. I actually get it in real time.
Yes, we do not get it on Netflix.
I apologize.
Oh,
America,
what I mean, it is what
America,
it is.
America.
So, another quick thing that I would like to quickly talk about.
Sure.
Um, we were talking about Damian Priest
Yeah.
and what he looked like. I am so glad that this feud with him and Aleister Black is going to be done. I hope. Well, let me say, I hope it is done. I want Aleister to do something else. Uh, Again, one of the things that WWE tends to overly do is with matches that they continue to go on and on and on and on. And it's like, you're burning people out. Please stop going longer than it needs to. That's
Hey,
my
no,
only.
fair enough, man. But you know what? I think that feud is over. But where does he go from here? The only logical direction I can see him going right now is either a Dragunov feud or, and I think that would be really fun. I think him and Dragunov could have some magic there. If not Dragunov, then do you put him in a program with Carmelo Hayes? Um,
I,
because out of the two guys that we were talking about here, the only one that can probably go and have an effective storyline right now is Aleister Black, right? And if you want to do something with the
yes,
guy, then you need to do it now. Otherwise, he's just going to be like Rusev over at Raw, which was just a useless signing to bring back.
since you said that, where in the hell has he been? I hadn't seen him in a minute.
He's in catering.
Hey,
Okay, and that's all I'm saying. Why bring him back?
no, again, they have so many different stories and people they could do something with. Again, I'm not gonna
But Rusev
overly
has not
knock.
done anything to separate himself from the last time he was here. All
Yes,
right.
true.
When at least Matt Cardona coming back. And if you guys haven't had the chance to go check out his interview that he did with just
Yeah,
Sam Roberts, he did a great
right.
interview there, and he said something really interesting here. He said his time in the WWE prepared him for the independence. It taught him so much about what to do and what not to do on the independent scene to make him better. Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal, these three men, Cody Rhodes,
Oh,
these
yeah,
four men took their departure and made themselves even better, which led them to the success that they have had. I don't know if Cardona's going to have the same success. He's still out. He just got back. But the other three guys that we've seen, Drew McIntyre, now again, world champion, he's better now than he ever did when he left, right? Cody
right,
Rhodes came back better than he ever did when he left,
right,
right? Jinder Mahal, unfortunately, out of those three guys, he's the only one that probably floundered a little bit, right? At the end.
right. But and I agree with you 100%. And the one thing I love that Matt said, like you said, it prepared him for the indie scene and what to do and what not to do because he became a if he was a superstar with WWE, he can't like his title, he became a
Okay.
wrestling god
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because he
And
was
he did.
smart enough to build his character up and everything. Look, the same people, Shotzi Blackheart, she
Yeah.
is killing it on the indie scene.
Oh, you find her on GCW every weekend,
You
right?
what was the girl's name was in NXT with the orange hair. Can't
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. She
can't
was
think of her name right.
she
Oh,
was with Mandy
Priscilla,
Rose and JCJ.
Priscilla,
Yeah,
Priscilla Presley, I think.
yeah.
If I got your name wrong, I apologize.
No, I
Love your
know.
work, but she's killing.
Gigi Dolan.
Gigi, exactly. Um, she is killing it.
I
And
always
again,
thought out of those two,
the
she would be the
most
one.
things. This is what I tell if when I'm blessed to have conversations with indie wrestlers. I always try to make sure they understand this. You are a business unto yourself. You need to make sure you're marketing yourself, that you're getting people looks, you're working as hard as you can. Make your brand so much that WWE say, hey, we want you.
Yeah, there's no disputing it, and I think that's the problem on the indie scene. With all due respect to all the brothers and sisters out there building their crafts, you guys don't market yourselves.
And
The worst thing you guys don't do, and you have the easiest road to get there, because a lot of the old school guys didn't have these tools, and they're not utilizing it. I'm sorry, man. We're here to promote all of you, and if you're poo-pooing us, then how can you help yourself? I'm just saying.
yeah, and I agree, and that's one of the things that drives me with my solo podcast is I want to help you.
Yeah,
I
we want to
want
help
us.
you.
It's a 50-50 split. You're helping me.
Yeah,
I'm helping me. You're
yeah,
helping yourself. I'm helping you.
absolutely.
And that's what I love.
All right, AEW, very quickly. We're coming up to the wall here. Mama T and the Marks are getting warmed up. They want to sing songs to us. So, ladies, just wait. Just give us a couple minutes. Okay. Um, quick.
Quickly. Let me say this.
Say this.
The John Moxley Shelton Benjamin match was fire. If you have not seen that match,
Yeah,
go out of your way to
yeah,
go see this. It
yeah.
was brilliant. It was, oh man.
No, it was really good, and they shook hands at the end. So that makes me wonder again. Okay, is a Hurt Locker getting soft now? Like, I mean, this is a continuous problem that we have. Like, okay, we have the first Dynamite of the year as well. It was an okay show. My highlight was Tony Storm and Mia Sakura with Freshly
Orange
Squeezed.
Cassidy.
Oh, I enjoyed that. There was one time I wanted to be Orange Cassidy. That would have been it right there. All right. Other than that, MJF, you know, we see the direction that they're going with it, this and that. We need some Ospreay. We need some guys to kind of step up. So let's just continue on with AEW. There's not much more we can say about it. It was just a show, right? It was just a show. It was decent. It was okay. I'm kind of curious to see what direction they're going to go here now. What they're going to do with MGF. Who's going to step up to be a contender? I still say I like to
Kenny
see
Omega.
either Kenny Omega or Kyle Fletcher are the two guys that I want to see right now.
Right.
I've had enough of Swerve. I've
I
had
was gonna
enough of
say,
Hangman.
it's definitely Kenny Omega. They have said it so much,
Yeah,
and this Raw, I mean, excuse me, this
yeah,
Dynamite coming up,
yeah.
he's coming back, and he is going to definitely throw his hat in the ring after MJF beats Bandito.
No,
Which,
and it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. So we got all that coming up here. So we got Dynamite coming up this Wednesday. We got NXT. Man, that was an interesting show. You gotta be on top of NXT, man. There's some good stuff coming up there. We didn't talk about it very quickly. Femi leaves the title in the ring. He's coming to SmackDown as well.
no, he's gonna be Raw.
You think he's Raw, or
I
he's Raw?
I almost want to put money on it. He's Raw.
Okay, well, we'll see where he shows up, man. Because
And and another thing we hadn't talked about, we had at all.
yeah,
TNA makes their debut
they
on
debut
Thursday.
on AMC. Now, if you're in the States, that's awesome. I don't know what it's going to look like over here in Canada, but right now, the sports network that will show all the WWE product is currently showing TNA. So I don't know if that changes for us up here, up north. But if you have satellite TV, make sure to check it out. AMC, a new beginning over there as well. Looking forward to it. I love that storyline between Santino, his daughter, and
Dax.
Dax. Yeah, dude, that's really interesting as well. I was watching TNA and I realized how much of NXT has taken over that program.
Yep.
I'm just saying, just gonna leave it at that. It's kind of interesting. Anyone who's not got TV time on NXT is getting their TV time over at TNA. So interesting concept here. Slowly buying them out without anyone even realizing it, right? Every week they keep moving another truck in when the lights are out. All right, guys and gals, I am Bobby Sampson, and he is Professor Bear, the master of the forest. Guys and gals, it's Monday morning. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're awake. I hope you're at work. I hope everything is beautiful. Raw is in about a couple hours away from here. From now, I guess, in the morning. So if you have the opportunity to watch it, if not, turn off the notifications so you don't get messed up, because we are on the road to the Royal Rumble. Let's see what comes out of this, man. It's going to be interesting. I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Professor Bear. Mama Tina Marks, sing us out. We will talk to you guys next Monday.
They're Professor and the Samp, yes, Professor and the Samp. One's a historian, the other loves to chant. They talk about the fights, all the slams and lights. It's wrestling mayhem day and night. They're Professor and the Samp, yes, Professor and the Samp. Their takes are quite insane, the wrestling world's their game.